Elise, it was a nail-biter. This was an incredibly close race. At 10 o'clock, too close to call. But then a half hour later, it was clear Daryl Fairchild was the winner.
And so what makes you want to get back on again and again?
I have no clue. I think it's in my blood.
Okay. I think it's kind of my blood type's changing as I'm here. It's going from type A to type motorcycle.
I thought I had my derby hat all picked out. I was like, wow, this is a real winner. Yes. But then I came here, and now I am definitely not so sure.
I spoke with some students here at Oakwood High School, and some of them say they don't feel safe going to school anymore. And it has nothing to do with the school. I mean, obviously, administrators are doing everything they can to keep these kids safe. It has to do with the fact that these students are watching as mass shootings across the country are unfolding before their eyes. They're seeing it happen on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Instagram, and it kind of creates questions of what if.
Elise, this spread so quickly. Fire crews say by the time they got here, all 3 homes were on fire. Right now, crews are still here making sure it doesn't catch back up again, but if I step out of the way, you can see they are spraying water directly inside this home. The roof is gone. Take your phone out as you get to an ATM, which, let's face it, probably glued to your hands already, and snap a photo of the machine. Then go ahead and go to one of the machines nearby, either right across from you or next to you, pull out the picture, and then compare it to this machine in front of you. You want to make sure these machines are identical. So if this is pink or maybe this is blue, and in this photo it's not, well, guess what? That is a red flag. That's a sign that someone has been tampering with this. Elise, polls have only been open for about a half hour. The sun is barely even up, yet so many people have already turned out here at Grace Baptist Church. Right now, we're going to play a little game I like to call Kentucky Derby Showdown. I'm here with Amelia, who is the owner of... I'm really enthused about this, okay? I made it up myself. Who's the owner of Brim on Fifth.
Hey.
And basically, we both picked out our favorite hat that you just have to wear to the Kentucky Derby. Let me get my thumbprint to open my phone. 30 seconds, Amelia, is on the clock. Sell this hat.
Nathan, right now I want to give you a little pop quiz. Are you ready for this? So what does that corner back there have in common with this corner here that I'm on right now that has in common with that corner over there? I don't think you're going to get it, so I'll show you. They all have sidewalk art that was painted by teenagers that are part of the Montgomery County juvenile court system. This is one of 15 pieces of art that's currently up in the city, and the reason they're a little bit behind on this is because of this right here. I'm wearing snow boots in April, which is exactly what these kids have had to deal with, but it's kind of fitting because that's part of this program, overcoming obstacles, and this weather is definitely an obstacle they've had to overcome. And Family Adventure Day is just a couple of days away. There's going to be kayaking, biking, and maybe even a few curveballs coming up on Fox 45. I'll give you a sneak peek. Also, it's a good idea to go to a gas station, not just for the low prices, although we do love those, of course, but also one that has a lot of people at it. Because keep in mind, in order to get these skimmers in the machines, these criminals have to go to them. So they don't want a lot of people around. That's a huge thing. And then also, keep in mind, money, cash. You can always just use cash and pay inside, and that is honestly your safest bet. For now, live in Miamisburg, Clancy Burke, Fox 45 News. Very good, Amelia, but I'm not sure you're going to be able to beat this, because I'm really throwing a curveball over here. I didn't pick out a hat. Oh no, I picked out what they like to call a fascinator, which is sure to make you look like a royal princess, as I tend to try to look every day of my life. And you might think maybe I am not succeeding, but I say I am. Elise, this is huge. Neighbors have been fighting for change for a decade, and just a couple of minutes on this property, and I can instantly see why. I mean, at my feet, this ground is covered in everything from beer bottles to boxes to napkins. Elise, I bet the anticipation is killing you right now, so I'm going to start by giving you a little bit of a hint. I want to keep this going a little bit longer. I feel kind of powerful right now, knowing the results. So the hint is, I'm in the mood for some ice cream. If that didn't give it away, yes, I am at Young's Dairy in Yellow Springs. I'd never been here before, but I decided to do my own little research. So I looked at some reviews on Google, and oh my gosh, Elise, this is the definition of turning a tragedy into something positive. April 13th, 2017 was the worst day of Richard Confer's life. He lost his daughter, but where I am standing right now is proof of the fact that he's done extraordinary things since then. Elise, we just learned this morning from Chelsea's mom that investigators didn't find her daughter's body, but they did find evidence. As for what that evidence is,
We don't know. Investigators have been pretty tight-lipped about this case. The band director for the Stoneman Douglas High School Color Guard said things are never going to be normal. No, not after what happened back in February, but now they're kind of just getting used to a new normal. And that new normal involves dedicating this entire season to Gina Montalto. She was just 14 years old when she was killed in that horrible Parkland, Florida mass shooting. And lastly, one quick thing. You always mention Fran and I, Fran and I, Fran and I. You know, you're always mentioning your wife. Do you think you could have done this without her?
Oh, absolutely not.
Elise, when I first arrived, there were two things I immediately noticed. The first is how quiet this neighborhood is, and the second is how nice it is. I've seen several people walk by with their dogs. I've seen a couple of joggers, some school buses go by, and then of course over here, this is the apartment complex where it all happened. Ice cream is all fun and games until it comes time to picking out a flavor, because that's when it really can take a toll on your emotional state. Like I'm talking, it's taken years off my life when I can't pick out a flavor, and that's why we're gonna play a little game I like to call Find That Flavor. We have Anna over here, and I'm going to be giving Anna, I love the wave, yeah, I love it. And I'm going to be giving Anna a little scenario. I have fake imaginary people, and you're kind of just going to find the person that flavor, what they would really like. James Bowie High School is incredible. When I first arrived, I wasn't sure if this was the team I was supposed to be talking to. They're from Austin, Texas, didn't know, but then I saw Candace's boots, and I immediately knew I was in the right place. Can you do the honors of putting it on?
I would love to.
I'm so excited. I feel like a princess. I'm a princess, guys. Well, we have so much more coming up on Fox 45. We're talking all things hats and fascinators. For now, though, back to you guys in the studio. We asked the Stoneman Douglas band director if they plan on adding anything big into their performance to honor Gina, and really, they're not going to do anything big. It's just them being here, them competing. That is going to be honoring Gina.
Who is that with you?
Oh, Elise, he's actually a talker right now. Elise, if you're hungry right now, then I'm sorry because this is not going to help things. But take a look at these. These pretzels looking so angelic. It's like they know it's National Pretzel Day. They're proud to be here, but of course, it's a process. And right now, we're going to head on over to the Twist Zone with Jody to find out a little bit more about this process. I mean, you're doing it so effortlessly. How do you do it? I have so many questions, so many myths that are lurking. So I'm going to hand you this.
Okay.
Fact or fiction? So I'm going to say something and you're going to hold it up and explain. Fact or fiction? First thing, most of the pets that wind up in shelters are there because of behavior problems.
Definitely fiction.
And on a count of go, guys. Are you ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, go! Oh, no! Oh my gosh, this wasn't even a... All right, you know what? That was a little bit humiliating. Coming up on Fox 45, we're going to talk with Ed and find out his secrets. Because I know, Ed, you have a lot of secrets, right?
What secrets?
Okay, you know, he's trying to be coy. He has secrets. We're going to talk to him coming up. Back to you guys in the studio.